So Ryan, you bought the 2020 how much?
28 and change, I think it was a little under 29 with buyer's premium.
Okay.
The human one, yes.
You bought the 29 million Beeple, and I would like to know why.
I think it is the most important piece of digital art that we've ever seen. Being the first native human to the metaverse, I think it's an important marker in human history as we dive deeper into the metaverse as a part of our culture, and art is a significant component of that as we move forward and explore the metaverse.
But do you collect?
I do.
Already?
Yes. Yep.
What kind of thing?
So we've got some Rafik Anadels here in the back. I love Rafik Anadel, love Beeple, have a number of other Beeple pieces. Mad Dog Jones, Maxim Zeskov, Ash Thorpe are all sort of pieces in the collection today. In more traditional art, I really enjoy Vic Muniz, for example. Really enjoy Shepard Fairey.
But did you buy anything of them?
Yes. Yeah. I've got pieces from everyone that I've just listed.
Okay, that's interesting. So, and who else in contemporary classical art? I mean,
let me go through. I have some smaller pieces of say Jeff Koons, for example. I have a beautiful piece that I just picked up from En Iwamata.
I don't know.
En Iwamata is a Japanese artist that works with clay. Earlier this year, I picked up the Huang Yuxing Yansai Lake, which is a beautiful piece by Huang Yuxing. I think one of China's most prominent contemporary artists. Machine Hallucinations of one of Rafik Anadel is a particular a piece for me, as well as Bag of Oranges by Mad Dog Jones. Mad Dog Jones, whose actual name is Mika Daubak, is what I think will be remembered as Canada's top artist.
And you are Canadian,
category.
Right?
I am Canadian, yes.
But you live in Swiss?
I live in Switzerland. In fact, here in Zug, Zug is my ancestral home. My family came from this city and operated a silk factory from the 1700s onward that still operates today. And so there's something very, very homey, very natural for me being here.
And what is your activity? What is your work?
I run a family office, my family office. It is a multi-family office, but it's primarily my capital, and it's been designed around the unique set of needs that that a new generation of wealth, particularly crypto wealth, have. There are a very particular set of requirements and necessities that managing generational wealth for this new generation of crypto wealth brings up, and we specialize in that.
And you, what do you want to do with your collection?
So we have part of a collection that I have experimented with in what's called an online collector DAO. So a decentralized autonomous organization. It's called oneofone.fund. and you can see some of the pieces in there. The Beeple Human One, I don't know quite yet what we'll do with that. I do know that it merits being exhibited around the world at prominent modern art museums, and it really deserves to be displayed and enjoyed by people. So it will not go into say my personal collection. It will certainly be something that I intend to share with the world, because the most important part of this Beeple is to invoke a conversation about the metaverse and about how humans are kind of becoming more native to the metaverse.
And it's your biggest purchase, right?
In art, it certainly is. Yes.
Yes, and that's interesting. So you were ready to pay more than 29 million?
I was. Yep. I actually thought that I got it for great value. I was expecting it to go for sort of well into 40, 50 range. And I was prepared to be competitive up into that range. So I'm ecstatic about the value that I was able to capture.
And more recently, or since when do you make money in this world, in the crypto world?
So I've been in crypto for a long time, since late 2012, and was part of starting Polychain Capital in 2016, and and so I've been in this game for a long time, and have been fortunate to do well in a range of cycles along the way.
So do you think there's this money which has a different value than the regular money?
I do. Yeah. I think there is. So there's something interesting that should be mentioned about digital art and NFTs that I don't think the traditional art world totally understands. So part of the reason why there's such a premium around this digital art and NFTs is because of what I would refer to as Metcalfe's law applied to art markets. So Metcalfe's law is the law that the value of a network is the square of the number of nodes in that network. So if you and I have a two-person network, the value is 2. If we had a third person, it's 9. If we had a fourth person, it's 16, and it grows exponentially. This is why Facebook is worth $1 trillion, right? So if you have a extraordinary contemporary piece of art in your in your home, say Jeff Koons or something like that, the chances of somebody walking into your home, being capitalized enough to buy that piece of art and wanting to buy that piece of art is very, very low, right? Even if you take it to an auction, there's only a small subset of eyeballs that are, again, well capitalized and can enjoy that piece. With NFTs and digital art, because all these pieces are offered online 24 hours a day for anybody to bid on at any given time, it's this constantly open market with millions and millions of eyeballs looking at this. And so it creates this network effect of pricing. And so I think, people who are native to crypto and understand the network effects that apply here and understand the dynamic of digital scarcity, which is a very important concept here, understand that the value that we're striking for some of these pieces, it will in the long run actually look like great value plays, like relatively cheap over time. Again, I think this was an opportunity with Human One to pick up a piece that is historic, right? And that opportunity doesn't come around too often.
Yeah, but the fact that you make some crypto money also can help. this money that you made probably more easily than in natural, in regular, if one can say, field?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had done well before crypto. This has really been for the love of the game for quite some time. But certainly the velocity in which someone can do well in crypto has sped up, right? There's no industry on the planet that creates the velocity of wealth quite like programmable money, right? Now, calling it easy, it may seem easy to the outside, to an outside uninitiated eye, although one has to recognize that these are also the most volatile markets in the history of the world, and so easy come, easy go, right? And so building up generational wealth over time in crypto is a very different, unique mindset that somebody has to have in order to be able to have durable wealth. Because it may be easy to make it since it's programmable money, but it's also easy to lose it.
And what about Beeple? Do you know him personally?
I do. I know Mike well. We've become good friends over the last year. I had bought the Dick Milking Factory, one of his other seminal one-of-one pieces. In fact, it's over there on the shelf. And the Dick Milking Factory for me really represented a thesis that I had around the mixture of decentralized finance and digital art. That because the Dick Milking Factory is a capital asset with a very liquid market, you can get leverage on that capital asset and thusly you can yield. So the joke, Mike and I always joke with each other. He's a really funny guy, tremendously humble, and just great to be around. He's, I think what is so what drives his popularity is his accessibility, right? He doesn't seem like a larger than life character that that is different than you or I. He's a really accessible person, a really likable person. We joke around and swear and have a good time. And so,
where did you buy the piece?
The Dick Milking Factory. I bought it on Nifty Gateway in the spring and summer drop. Okay.
So it was before the madness?
No, I would say his profile was already global. I mean, post the first 5,000 days, the madnesses had begun, right?
Yeah, so, that's true.
Yeah. So I had bought this in April, and he had already had kind of 5 months as the standard bearer of the movement of art into the digital realm. And and I had been introduced to him by our mutual friend Jahan Chu, who is certainly somebody that if you're going to write about the art world's crossover into crypto, Jahan Chu is the king of the crossover between crypto and art. He ran Christie's Asia before finding crypto. He's very experienced and got into crypto around the same time that I did, but has this traditional art understanding and it's just you're seeing a master at his craft, with this crossover of his two worlds. So Jahan had introduced Mike to me, and I'm grateful for that, and we've become good friends, and so I'm very excited to be able to continue to develop the relationship.
And so you would like to show this piece in a museum?
We would, yes.
So you are working on that now?
We have already. So within 24 hours, a number of museums had already reached out, and we'll have, I'll consult Mike, and I'll consult my friend Jahan Chu, because he's just so knowledgeable in this space, and then we'll craft a plan for how to curate this and show this to the world.
And you want to keep on buying this kind of art?
I certainly will continue to collect, and really enjoy collecting. And so yeah, there's no intention to slow down.
Bon, super. Merci beaucoup.
Well, merci.